conversation later. Well, I just wanted to say just a couple of things before we get to hear from Elise. And one of the things I want to kind of lift up and bring to our attention in a sense is the fact that this thing we're doing today, an affirmation of baptism, is not biblical. Do you know that? This is not a biblical thing. This isn't something that is in Scripture that we are called to do, but I think it is an incredible gift, and it has incredible purpose, which to me reminds me of the imagination in which God blesses us as God's children, and God blesses us as the church. There are a number of things that we do that are not biblical per se. So, having a playground, having a blessing of the playground, having a campaign, believe it or not, is not biblical. But we gather today as the church for this important rite, for this important person, for Elise, because we are the church, and God blesses us with imagination and creativity to think beyond what we read in Scripture for what it means to be the church. And so I'm so excited to hear your affirmation of faith, and I'm also really connecting what David, I don't know where David went all of a sudden. Where did you go? There you are. So David lifted up this name Messiah. So I'm going to test you. What did we hear Messiah means again? Anointed one. So one of the things I love that you have included in your faith statement is what your name actually means, Elise. So without any further ado, I would love to invite you up and thank you so much for blessing us with sharing a little bit about your relationship with the church and your relationship with God. Thanks, Elise.
Hello, everyone. I'm thankful for this opportunity to confirm my faith here at Trinity Lutheran today. I have been ministered to by Trinity's community during several periods of my life, including attending Trinity Lutheran Church's daycare, going to Thanksgiving Eve services, for the pie, of course, and over the last 2 years, taking a part in Trinity's high school ministry, which is called NET, and its student leadership team. My faith story starts with my name. My parents chose a special name for me that has a special meaning in relation to my faith. Elise means consecrated to God, with consecrated meaning to make or declare sacred, set apart, or to devote to God. My parents wanted my name to represent their goal to teach me about God, what it means to have a relationship with God, and their hope for me to devote myself to Him. Throughout my childhood, I've been part of several faith communities. For about 10 years, my family attended a Lutheran church plant here in Edmonds called the Church of Beloved. When I was 5 years old, I asked to be baptized. Pastor Ryan Marsh came to our home to talk with me about what baptism means. I knew I believed in God and wanted to follow Jesus. So on Easter in 2011, I was baptized by him at the Church of Beloved. At age 5, I did not fully grasp what faith looked like, and I'm still working on it now. I just knew enough about God that I wanted to commit to being part of God's family and learning more about Him. Since then, I've continued to learn about God and the importance of participating in a church to worship and serve with other people. One of the first verses I remember memorizing as a child was Joshua 1:9, which says, "Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or discouraged, for the Lord your God is with you wherever you go." I repeat it often. In fact, I ask that we sing "Love That Will Not Let Me Go" later this morning at this church service, because it describes how I want to respond to God's promise in Joshua 1:9. This verse means that no matter what happens in my life, I know that I'm never alone. Whenever I'm stressed or scared, I think of this verse to comfort myself. For example, last fall and winter, as I was applying to universities and then trying to figure out which university to attend, I felt so much uncertainty. I asked God for clear guidance for my discernment and choices during that stressful time. God answered that prayer in a number of ways, and in particular through a special conversation with an academic advisor of the program I was considering while I was doing a campus visit at Oregon State University. During a meeting with several of us potential students, that advisor indicated that she was a Jesus follower. After the group meeting ended, I asked to talk with her privately, And in that conversation, I asked about local churches and campus ministries. She gave me lots of information and then asked if she could pray for me. And as she prayed, she asked God's guidance in my college decision-making process. Through that conversation and her prayer for me, I got a glimpse of how God is present on that campus, and God assured me that she would not only be a terrific academic advisor, but also be a good spiritual mentor that I could step into a strong faith community there. This is just one example of how God continues to show me that he is guiding me and with me wherever I go. Being part of faith communities has allowed me to learn and grow in my faith in ways I would not be able to do by myself. My involvement in NET taught me what it means to live a life according to the Bible and how my faith is important in all different aspects of my life. NET has provided a community where I've been able to ask questions about God, learn with people who are also curious, and I've been able to make amazing new friends and reconnect with old friends. Confirming my faith today means I'm continuing to devote myself to God and learning about his wonders, and that I will trust that wherever my life takes me, God will always be there. Going forward as a student at Oregon State University and beyond, I hope to be able to continue my faith journey and share it with others. I hope to be able to come back and visit NET and see it continue to be a place for teens to learn about God and live their lives faithfully. Thank you all so much for being here and being part of my faith journey.